Sirius XM, we are the heat. We're hot now in R&B and hip hop. It's the cut.
It's the cut.
It's the cut.
The cut.
Not to be confused with the Left Eye reality show. Y'all remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
From several years ago, yeah.
It was
Left
called
Eye.
The Cut?
Yeah, it was called The Cut.
Okay.
Every time, it's time for The Cut.
Okay, now it's The Cut book. The
Many
cut
moons
book.
ago.
The Cut book.
Many eons ago.
Yeah. You can't forget a name, The Cut, though, man. That name is...
Cannot. And it's too good to be true. I'm going to stop talking. I'm letting it all out now.
Well, no, we want to hear it. We want to hear all of it because we got something for you.
Because, yeah, it sounds like one of those things where it's like, yo, 10 pounds in 10 days? I can go through it like this. Like, I don't need no meal plan. I can eat all the junk I want because I read all the myths. Come on, man.
No, well, one thing that we cannot say, the one way the book does not work through osmosis.
Okay.
You have to actually,
put in the work.
Put in the work
You gotta
and
do something.
what's in the book.
You can't just read yourself.
You can't just read it and get there.
Wash more abs, man.
Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
you can't.
Damn it, man.
Yeah.
Good to go?
Yeah, we're all good.
Okay. Wonderful. Sirius XM, we are the heat. What's hot now in R&B and hip hop? It's Dion. See, okay. Special treat today on the show, ladies. How can I sum this up? How about from Ricky to Rosewood?
Actually, the Rosewood. I like that.
I'm not saying it right. I'm not saying it right. It's
okay.
From Ricky to Rosewood.
Right.
Yes,
right,
man. Morris Chestnut is here.
What's up?
But he's not alone.
Right.
See, as we all know, Morris has been making panties drop for well over 2 decades now. Well over 2 decades. And I guess to ensure the next 2 decades of drop panties, his co-author, co-writer, trainer, Obi by his side, and together they've written the book, The Cut.
The Cut.
Lose up to 10 pounds in 10 days.
Yes, you can.
Morris, Obi, what the hell are you talking about? Come on now, man.
Well, why don't you? How about we do this?
Yeah, man.
Okay, because what we've done with this book, we basically the story came out when the story is when I had to get ready. Malcolm Lee called me to get ready for the Best Man holiday.
Right.
I was filming,
which as fans we were like through the roof, man.
Thank you.
But apparently you put on some happy weight.
Yeah, prior to that, it was what it was. I was filming here in New York, and I'd been here for a couple of months. It was really cold that winter, and so I wouldn't even go out my apartment to walk across the street to go to the gym. I'm telling you, I would not do it. It was just so cold. Me being from California, I would just stay inside, and I was eating crazy bad. And Malcolm told me I had to get ready for the movie, and I was at the heaviest point in my life. At that point, I was 220 pounds, and for me, that was a lot.
But technically, though, your character in The Best Man, one of the best the template movies, man, of the past like 20 years.
Thank you.
You were a ball player.
I was a ball player.
So technically, you could put on some pounds in retirement and get a little.
No, but see, what it was my character was going to break the Russian record. And so we had to make it believable. He had to be in shape. I couldn't be one of those football players on his last leg, just on the team. Okay. My character was about to break the Russian record. So he's like, you have to be in crazy good shape. He said, yeah, you got to have that V that those guys have.
Right.
And, I was looking in the mirror and I was like, bro,
we all hate the V, bro. Like 30 brothers in this building got the V, man. Whatever, man.
And I was, being in my 40s at the time. And so I looked up, found Obi. And we got the weight off, and once we started promoting the movie, they would show pictures, screenshots from the movie with my shirt off, whatever, and everyone would always ask me, what did you do, how'd you do it? And then that's when Obi and I hooked up and said, listen, let's just put this in a book and bring it to everyone. So
have you guys been like working out together, for a while? Like how'd you meet Obi and like, obviously you've been, trained before. Like what what made Obi that dude?
Well, okay, so this was the thing. I was literally on a conference call, a business conference call with another fitness personality about something else. And I went to her website and I saw Obi. And I asked her, because he's done, how many covers of magazines have you done?
Man, I think I've been on more than 16, 17.
Oh, he's been on, he's one of the, he's like the top cover dude in the fitness world. And I said, who is this? And she said, Obi. I said, well, how old is he? And at the time, he wasn't like 25, because everybody has to have 25.
Right.
Everybody has to have.
Everybody's in shape when you're young.
Everybody's in shape when you're young. So she told me his age. I said, okay, well, I need to talk to him, because it was something that I knew I needed to get on his program. Yeah. And that's how we met, and we've been
And when we worked together, it was just we just connected on we just connected phenomenally, and I think part of working with someone is having that trust and it being an enjoyable experience.
Sure.
So it wasn't an experience where he hated it, and we just really developed a phenomenal bond. And when, like I said, when he was promoting the Best Man Holiday, the amount of national attention that his body received, and everyone kept asking, "What did you do? What did you do?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yo, Mo, I think we got something here." The light bulb hit, and we said, "Let's see if we can put together a program that can help others." But we didn't want to make the program to be all about Morris and how he got in shape. We wanted it to be about everyday average people.
This seems very relatable. You know what I'm saying?
And the only way you can do that is to do a focus group. Everyone says, "Oh, I got the latest diet. How this diet works, this diet." Well, how do I know?
Yeah.
Where's the proof? So for us, the only way you can do that is to work with real people and feature their stories.
Yeah.
So it's really, they are the faces of the book. They make the cut. They make the cut happen. They make it alive.
Yeah, without a doubt. They're the true heroes of it. On the back cover, you'll see all the success stories of people who are actual focus group members who we followed the program, and they lost a lot of weight.
We had a guy that lost 117 pounds from the cut.
These are everyday folks.
These are everyday people. We had
Yeah.
another guy named Rome Douglas who played in the NFL for a couple years. He was SC Rose Bowl champion. He lost about 79, 80 pounds.
Right.
The average, I would say, within 12 weeks was within that 30 to 40 pound range. And their inspirational stories are in there. We had people that had high cholesterol levels, high blood pressure, and once they got on the program, their blood pressure dropped, their cholesterol level dropped. So it's not only a program about losing weight, but your health internally, your blood levels.
And that's what makes this book dope, because anybody can say, man, if I had Morris Chestnut money, I could be the best trainer too.
But that's the thing. See, this is the thing. See, people think, "Oh, I just get a celebrity chef and do all that."
Right.
That didn't even happen. When I did this, I was making my own meals. I'm prepping my own meals for this program, and that's actually I really did like it because at the time being away, I would have to get my own meals. I'd go out and get El Pollo Loco or something crazy. But then once I started doing this program, it was actually, you eating clean food. I really felt better.
Yeah. So how is it to maintain it? Like once you've taken the weight off and you sculpted for Best Man Holiday and everything was all good, how do you guys work together to maintain that physique?
Well, see, one thing that Obi and I were really very adamant about is just a lifestyle change. It's a fitness and diet book, but it's a diet for a lifetime. It's not a diet for a week, a month, 10 days, 12 weeks. So, and the good part about our book is within our diet or within our lifestyle change of the meal program that you should have, you can have 80% eating healthy and then 20% you can indulge.
Yes.
I have a huge sweet tooth. I love to eat junk food. So when we have, 80%, 5 days a week, you eat healthy, right? On the weekends, you can have 2 cheat meals
on Saturday
or Sunday.
Sunday. I perused the myths chapter. Yes,
Yeah.
and my favorite myth is it is impossible to cheat on your diet and lose weight at the same time. In fact, you can enjoy a few cheat meals every week as long as you have a reasonable portion.
Everything, everything
Best
is
fact in the book.
reasonable portion.
The key is portion.
Everybody, because I at the gym with the fellas, we were balling.
Pepperoni pizza, that's reasonable, right? For the whole pie?
This is my cheat day. Not a whole pizza, bro.
Right.
Not a whole pizza.
Blew the whole week.
Yeah, the whole week.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, even with myself, because I do have an occasion I do have a tendency to binge on occasion.
Okay.
But what keeps me going, I just get right back to the program.
So this book really appeals to the every man and every woman, because we all have those nuisance pounds. You know what I mean? I mentioned before we began the interview about love handles. Like we're the same age, so I'm like that annoys me.
Right.
Women got little pouches after the baby and this and that. So this book is mainly for everyday people wanting to make those everyday changes.
And it's a type of thing. It's not a diet where it's restrictive, where we say you can't have carb. I can't stand when people say I'm on a low carb or 0 carb diet. Look, if you do that, you're not going to have any energy. You're not going to be able to function throughout the day. So it's balanced. You can have your carbs.
Yeah.
You can have your fats. You can have your proteins. But it's just a matter of having healthy carbs, healthy fats, healthy proteins. We don't want to put you in a situation where you don't have the energy to function throughout the day and you're starving. You should not have to starve when you're trying to lose weight. Right. Also, we're not trying to push that whole 800 calorie a day, 1,000 calorie a day, 1,000 calories a day, because research has shown that if you're on a diet and you're consuming less than 1,200 calories per day, you see your biggest metabolic drop. Your metabolism drops at its biggest when you're consuming less than 1,200 calories. So we put that in there just because that there is so much misinformation online that it's hard for you, the average consumer, to know what the hell works.
Which makes us skeptical about anything because all the information is so different.
What the hell is going on?
You should be skeptical, but that's one of the things that we really wanted to put the champions of our book on the cover. You can go to their websites and their Facebook page, and you can see their actual weight loss. These aren't Photoshop.
Yeah, that's
pictures.
dope. Like real people.
These are real.
These are your cousins. It's your mama and them. It's your uncle.
Exactly,
like absolutely, man.
Exactly, real everyday people.
And it's a rainbow coalition on the back. You got the black, the white guy, the Latin. So
everybody.
he doesn't look like me. No.
Everybody.
And different age groups also, man.
Yeah.
Different age groups is important.
But let me say this, because this is very. It's like when you really want something, you have to put in the work, and you just simply don't get something for nothing in this world. Yes. And that's what people have to understand, because even when people come to Hollywood and be like, hey man, how can I be down? What do I have to do? I said, well, you're in acting class, go to acting class, do this and that. Oh no, that's too much, And even with the book, when people come up to me and say, okay, they said, okay, I want to lose weight, what do I have to do? I say, okay, well, start with your diet. I said, well, what'd you eat yesterday? They start breaking it down. It's like, okay, well, you shouldn't be eating that, you shouldn't be eating that. Oh no, I gotta have that. Well, I mean, what do you want? Everything costs.
Yes.
Everything costs.
Yes. So you can make it happen, like 10 pounds in 10 days, but you have to stick to a certain the meal plan, the exercise plan.
When we say lose up to 10 pounds in 10 days, I want to clear this up because people say, well, that's a lot of weight to lose so quickly. If you put anybody on a reasonable weight loss program, they always lose the most amount of weight the first 7 to 10 days. On an average, at least 5 to 7 pounds the first week.
Interesting.
And then after that, it will stable off to 1 to 2 pounds per week. If you have someone that has been eating horribly for years and all of a sudden you put them on a regular program, it shocks their body, and they're going to lose the most amount of weight that first week. So it's not something where it says, oh my God, that is just not attainable, that's too extreme. No, anybody will lose that amount of weight if they haven't been eating regularly,
Yeah, yep.
And then it stabilized 1 to 2 pounds per week, after that.
Exactly.
Nice.
And that's what happened to him. I think he lost the most amount of weight the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, the first week, and that's another thing. See, is you lose the weight if you really follow the book. If you really follow the program, you lose, like he says, most of your weight in the first week and then the second week. And then at some point, you're going to plateau to a certain degree, and it's not going to come off as fast.
Okay.
And that's why it's really important to keep your discipline. You have to stay disciplined and keep at it.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle change. And, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And that's why all these focus groups were online.
Okay.
They weren't in person. So you have to get somebody, you have to be honest with yourself every morning. You have to be responsible to yourself every morning. People come up to me and they would say, I'm on this diet, man. And I say, okay, so we're like 2 weeks out and they haven't lost any weight. I say, you been eating right? Oh yeah, no, I've been eating right. Okay, what did you eat yesterday? And that one time I did this, and the one time I had that. It's a whole. There's always something. I'm in the gym every day. I belong to multiple gyms, and I see people who work out hard, but they haven't changed, and I immediately know that they haven't changed their diet because you can't exercise a bad diet. It's not going to happen
unless you're 19 years old.
Unless you're 19. Unless you're 19 or 20.
Damn the 19-year-old.
Unless you're 19 or 20.
Research has shown that every decade after the age of 25, your metabolism drops 3 to 5%.
Oh my God.
So you're already behind the 8 ball just with as you age, and the only way to combat that is lifestyle change. And what's really great about the book is that you're going to have. You have motivational tips from Morris throughout the book, motivating you and giving you motivational tips in terms of giving you that extra motivation to want to exercise and to want to eat properly and stuff. So you hear his voice throughout the book, both of ours. I'm kind of giving the diet nutrition tips and he's giving the motivation. So it's really a great, back and forth type of thing.
That's dope. Morris Chestnut. You too can have the Morris V, fellas. And I have the Morris abs, fellas.
And by the way, I want to say this because this is groundbreaking because I have never, ever seen 2 African Americans co-author a diet and exercise book. So
I was going to mention that.
Just to have this opportunity.
It's something that like,
it's really a blessing.
We as black men, like, don't see every day.
You don't see that. When do you see 2 black people on a diet and fitness book? Much less one.
This is dope, man.
So it's pretty cool,
And Morris, everything good with you on Rosewood, man?
Well, yeah. Well, we're coming up to our season finale is on the 28th of this month.
Yes.
8 o'clock on Fox.
On Fox Friday.
Yeah, the season finale of Rosewood is on the 28th, 8 o'clock on Fox. So yeah, everything's good, man. Everything is good.
Man.
We're having a great time.
And when can we see the Best Man Wedding? When can we see the trifecta, man? Come on, bro.
We're just trying to get the schedules. Right now, it's a blessing and a curse. I mean, everyone has. Sanaa has her show.
Yeah.
Terrence has his show.
Everyone's doing it, man.
Everyone's
but it all
on different
comes
shows.
back to that feel, man. We will never ever forget the Best Man and those characters and the way that whole cast makes us feel, man.
Thank you.
We will wait another 10, 15
No,
years.
hopefully you won't have to wait. Hopefully you won't have to wait that long.
Preach on.
I'll be on the treadmill with my cane. I'll be on that treadmill.
Still with Obi, right?
Still with Obi. We doing the cut. We on the cut, Obi.
It's Morris Chestnut. It's Obi. The book is called The Cut.
The cut.
Lose up to 10 pounds in 10 days.
Right now.
Fellas, always a pleasure, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It's the Heat, Sirius XM. Cool.